minute chart, it never pretends. Pull the trigger, my heart beats fast. Every second, the future's the past. One shot, don't ask me why. It's scalp or die. It's scalp or die. Oh, scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the The screen's glowing, it's 3 a.m. Charts are moving, I'm chasing them. Candle whispers, they speak in flames. Risk is the devil, but I play his game. Quick moves, no time to cry. It's scalp or die, it's scalp or die. Scalp or die. I'm living on the edge. Every tick, every breath I hedge. Scalp or die, the thrills my high. Win or lose, I kiss the sky.
Good morning, guys. Good evening. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you guys hear me okay. If everything is good on the, I hear myself okay. That's pretty good. I guess you guys are seeing me okay. Let me put this over here. Everything is good, right? All right. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Okay. All right, I got a very, very special. We're gonna start a new cycle where we're gonna trade Tuesday, Wednesday. We're gonna trade the New York close with my friends at 8cap. The QR code is right then and there. Let me see if I can actually put this in here for a sec. Hang on a sec. Yeah, okay. Here's the link. For those of you guys that want the tools, my left earpiece is broken. Okay. Sorry about your left earpiece being broken. Okay. Hi, guys. Okay. But everybody else who's got good hearing, you guys can hear me, right? I sounded pretty good on my own test here. Looks pretty good. Okay. So let me let me introduce you guys. Today we're going to do MT4. Tomorrow we'll do MT5. This is really cool. This is the new version of, first of all, BFF dots on the indicator part of it in MetaTrader 4, and the new version of the BK one-click trader, where everything is single click, right? So I'm going to just walk you through some of the stuff that you see here, and then we'll set up some trades and start trading. So first of all, you have the bid and the ask and the spread up top, right? You guys can see that right up here. Then if you hit the buy market, you obviously buy market. You hit sell market, you sell market. You can buy it bid, you can sell it bid. And here's the size, the default size. Suppose you want to increase the default size. Well, the really cool thing is that everything here is clickable format. So for example, if you wanted to increase it in tiny increments, in 0.01 increments, you would click on the 0.01 button and just click plus, right? If you want to just reset it, you could reset it. If you wanted to increase it in 10th increments, you click the 10th button and just increase it like this. And if you wanted to if you do it in lot size, you just click the lot size and you would increase it like this over here, right? So let me just reset it. Let me show you how I would get it to one lot size. I go up on this, and then if I wanted to decrease it from a tenth of a point, this is it. And now you have 0.1. You can also, by the way, set the default size in the parameters. So if you go into the parameters, into the expert advisors, this is all MetaTrader 4. Tomorrow I'll show you MetaTrader 5. You go into the parameters here, and we're going to do this for NASDAQ so that we don't have to constantly click and point. We're just going to set our defaults over here. So for NASDAQ, we're going to do just 500, which is the amount of ticks for 8 cap default. That's 5 points against 1500 for stops and targets. And we'll do default lot size will be 1, just for argument's sake. Okay, that will be our lot size. And if I do this right now, you'll see that first of all, stops and targets now is 500. Stop loss is 500. Take profit is 1500. Sorry, I screwed this up. It should be the other way around. Expert advisors, properties. Stop loss is 1500, and the target will be 500. So once I set that in the settings, it's done, right? It's done. And then if you wanted to just set it for different variations, so let's say this is a variation that I want to set for NASDAQ. All I got to do is go into Save Template, and I'll say NAS, right? And I'll save this as a NASDAQ template. Then if I want to go into gold, right? And for gold, same thing. Let's say for gold, I want to do properties. I want to do, with default size would be 1 lot, standard lot. But for gold, we're going to go $1, $3. So take profit will be $1 and the stop will be $3. So 300, right? And we'll say, okay, so this is the default settings for gold. You see now it goes 300, 100, right? We have a stop here at 1. And all we're going to do is just simply save template as gold. Now, what's very cool about this, and then we'll do one more. We'll do Bitcoin. Okay, we'll see how Bitcoin trades. Now for Bitcoin, you absolutely need $100 target, $300 stop because the spread here is $30. So over here, we would just simply go over here, expert advisors, properties, and to get $100 in Bitcoin, I believe it's or $300. I believe it's 30,000. Let me just make sure. I'm not sure. I think is it 30,000 or 3,000? No, it's 30,000 for 300. So it's 3,000, 30,000, and this would be 10,000. Let's see if I'm correct on here. 10,000, and we'll leave the lot size as 0.1, and we'll say okay here, and right over here you see the stops and targets being changed. So we'll save this one as Bitcoin. By the way, MetaTrader 4 comes with all these templates attached. And if you don't like them, if you want to just get rid of them, watch this. You can go File, Open Data Folder. Here, let me bring this up. I don't know if you guys can see this. You probably can't. You can't see it, so it has to be off screen. But I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to go into the templates folder and just get rid of everything that I don't like. Delete. Delete. You're not seeing it. I'm sorry, guys, just not seeing it. But here, delete, and then we'll delete everything else here. Okay, delete. Now watch what happens in my templates. Oops. If I go in my templates folder, you see I only have like the templates that I like. So we have it as default as Bitcoin. But if I want to go to NASDAQ, and I want to do a quick setup, I simply go to NAS, and right away, see my stops and targets are set up to 1500 to 500. If I want to go to gold, and I go to change it to gold, all of a sudden it's 300, 100. See how fast that is? Super, super fast. This allows me to basically, change them on the fly as I go. So an easy way to do this is just simply have the gold set up over here, have the Bitcoin template over here. It's just simply set this up as Bitcoin. and have the NASDAQ template over here as NAS, and we're going to set up as NAS. And then I just, hop around between charts, and everything is all stop and targets, and everything is all set up. So it's all really, really easy to be able to kind of manage all of this in a very, very cool fashion, right? So here's NASDAQ. Don't have a trade right now. We do have positive slope. Generally, the market has been up and down, kind of a lot of chop. It's been a great trading market for us. Let me get my cursor over here. It's been a great trading market for us because these kind of big waves is perfect for for buying and selling, because there's a lot of amplitude. As long as there's lots of amplitude in the waves, it makes it a lot easier to trade, and it makes it a lot easier for us to kind of go around. Yes, you're going to need to. I'm going to get to Trading View in a minute. We're going to talk about MetaTrader 4 first, and just make a couple of trades in MetaTrader 4. Then maybe around 3 o'clock, 3:30, we'll talk a little bit about 8-cap and Trading View and how to make those adjustments as well. We're going to do one thing at a time so that everybody goes through the process. So you see how this was super easy, to point and click and do everything. And of course, I can adjust it after I make the trade. So, all right, for example, this isn't really a setup for me, but let's make it. Let's just buy it. See, I'm going to buy market at a NASDAQ. So you can see that I bought market at 67. My take profit is 579, basically about 5 points target, and my stop is at 50, which is like 17 back. My target is 71. My target is basically 71, which is 5 points up, and my stop is 15 points down. It's, let me move this over. Just give ourselves a little bit of space. So this wasn't a trade, but I just wanted to demo what the trade would look like. Oh! I totally forgot. Oh shit. And on top of everything else, you see what just happened? I just activated my kill switch. My kill switch is the ability in this particular click trader to kind of stop trading after a certain defined number. And in this particular case, I had only $100 as a kill switch. So now I can't buy anything. I can't do anything. It says, oh, kill switch is activated. Everything is done. So that's good or bad depending on how you view it. The cool part is it's not terminal. It will stop trading basically to cool you off. But if you want to trade again, all you got to do is let me find. God, I have so many of these things. All you got to do is just simply reapply the EA and then reset it back to NASDAQ. And by the way, now we have a clear sell signal over here, right? We have a clear sell signal, red, and we're going to try and sell it now without kill switches on. We're going to turn the kill switch off. Properties. Oops, false. Say okay, and now we're going to sell this, and let's see if we can make some money here to the downside. So the tool itself is super useful. It's designed really for people who have their own accounts and want to control risk on their own accounts. But of course, you can also control your risk on prop this way as well. And boom, we're almost there. We're almost there. Come on, hit me. The target is 51.89. And we should be almost there. There we go. And we're done. And that trade got done very, very quickly. This exact same way as we do in futures. Now it's really, really tumbling hard to the downside. Let's look at gold. What's gold doing with itself? Gold actually looks like it's a possible buy. Now gold, remember, is we have 100, 300, so we can just buy market. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Why can't I buy market? Oh, shit. I have kill switches. I had kill switches enabled here too. Sorry, guys. I think I'm going to make kill switch disabled by default. I'm sorry. So we're going to make it false. Say okay. Set it to gold, and let's buy it. What happened here? Okay, long market here on gold. Not a great trade, but I'm just showing you the possibilities of what's going on over here. Oh, kill switch is on. What? Oh, God, I'm sorry, guys. I keep doing this because I keep forgetting that this as I'm activating this. Okay, this needs to be set to false. Okay, so kill switch is off. Kill switch is totally off. But now we actually have possibly a sell condition. We have a red bar, red moving average slope. If this candle goes red, we will sell it. So how's everybody doing? So this is gold, right? This is NASDAQ. We have the last hour of the trade. Usually last hour is a bullish hour. Right now, we're kind of going through a little bit of a correction. The key thing is, are they going to try and sell it and then run it up on the close? Or we may have kind of a unique end of day situation which happens like one out of 3 days, where it starts selling on the close. This is kind of a double top in gold, right? The double top in NASDAQ, and we want to see if it starts to accelerate to the downside. Like, for example, if it does accelerate to the downside, if we get a red dot candle, we will be selling this. So we'll see. We will see. Not quite a red dot, but we want to see if the next candle is going to be a red one. If this one closes down, then we definitely have a sell condition in NASDAQ that we can put into play. Nope. NASDAQ holds bid, so we will leave this chart alone for a time being. Gold looks positive. Gold is actually positive bid. Let's buy it. All right, we bought gold. We actually bought it twice here. Target is $1. The stop is going to be $3. And watch, we can do this. We can close half, move stop to break even. Look at that. See, I just sold half, and now actually I sold half again, and it went from a tenth of a lot to 0.2 lots, right? So I was able to kind of manage my risk and blow it out at half and half, and just kind of trail the rest now at break even. And now I can close all if I want to. I can close all, and everything closes out. So super flexible. One-click trader does a lot of very interesting different things. You know what I want to do here? Let me just do one thing. Bitcoin is disabled. So what I need to do is I need to re-engage Bitcoin and then turn the kill switch off. Put myself, I know why I'm doing this. When I just realized why. Okay, we're going to save this as Bitcoin. Now I understand what's happening. When I was doing the template, the template automatically puts the kill switch on, which is why it triggers all of these things the other way. So I want to do this. Let me see if I want to go gold, but then I want to, oops. Okay. Expert advice. I know why I was doing this. Properties. I want to enable this to false. And now I want to save it as gold. And now then it's going to work. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. And then obviously we can watch NASDAQ here. So NASDAQ, we watch, NASDAQ looks like it does want to go a little bit higher, right? Break the session highs. This particular candle, if it goes through the high over here, we're going to be buying it because that's a breakout of the highs over here. It's a nice classic trade for us. We'll see if that plays out. Wait for the candle close. Oops, buy market. It really popped up on the close here. And let's see if we can get 5. And there you see how nice and easy it was. You can trade, when you get these momentum moves, you can trade CFGs just as easily as you can trade futures, because the move is so viciously strong. You could just ride it right then and there, for a nice big pop. Like here's the where's the history for this thing? Where's my history? Oh, here it is. You see how this is my last trade? What was this? No, this is my last trade. Yeah, boom, right? $36, nice and easy, super easy to work it. Pretty cool, right? No, on BFF, we're using the BFF dots, not BFF multi-strategy. That's the wrong indicator. That's not the indicator we're using. Is this included with the VIP? Yeah, well, this is this particular structure, right? All of these MT5, MT4s, you can get them 2 ways. You can join my coaching, and I'm happy to give it to you this way. You can buy the indicators for lifetime, and they come. The whole thing comes with with the lifetime. Or you can actually, if you're a non-US customer, you can open an account with our friends at ACAP, and you would get it for free just for a deposit at ACAP. So if you deposit it, I'm happy to give these tools to you for free with a deposit. So there's 100. There's lots of different ways for you to get it on the moves. We haven't traded was Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been super dead on New York close. Not much trading, but it looks like it's starting to show negative trades. So here, perfect example for us to trade Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, I want to set up Bit. Why is my? Oh no. Okay, this is annoying. So we're going to set Bitcoin at. Let me go to properties. Bitcoin, the stop is going to be 30,000, 10,000. Say okay, and we're going to just sell market. Let's just trade this. And so we're selling this 76. Stop loss is 300 and target is, about 300. I actually realized there's a little bit of a, I totally realized that there is this tiny little bug in a sense that it's not setting the take profits and the stops off of the close of the candle. It's setting them off the bid. So I'm gonna make that correction here, but Yes. So I'm setting this as Bitcoin template. But anyways, you see Bitcoin is coming in. Oh, you know what I guess if I do a full lot, I could do a full lot on this. I was trying to see how much Bitcoin cost me as a full lot, but I think we can do one lot. Say okay. And save this as Bitcoin. Say yes. And let's just sell it one more time for shits and giggles. And so this would be like 100, 300 type of a trade, which is fine. Okay, so I'm short Bitcoin here on a little bit, basically the idea of a little bit of a topping out formation on end of the close. It's kind of hard to see it. You know, I'm going to go over here, get a little bit bigger. You can see that I'm short over here. Trying just basically, it's 100, 300 trade on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has to be, that's the minimum amount of scalp on Bitcoin because $30 just to pay the spread. So I really got to give myself lots of room on Bitcoin. On gold, gold is kind of starting to turn negative also a little bit here. If I get a dot on the sell here, I could probably sell the gold. And NASDAQ, we're talking about the NASDAQ broke out to the upside. NASDAQ loves to rally into the close. So if we get any kind of positive green dots into NASDAQ, we absolutely want to take them. So for example, right now, NASDAQ has a green candle, green slope, but not a green, this particular candle is not green dotted. So if and when it turns that way, we'll trade it. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. There's a couple of, I noticed there's a whole bunch of little errors on the indicator versus how we do it in TradingView. So I'll make all those corrective errors on the indicator tomorrow. You guys will be able to see it much cleaner and better. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to take you guys into the TradingView account. By the way, watch this. I want to show you. Watch this with Bitcoin. I want to show you something really cool. I got to hit just close all, and boom, right away, I totally closed out everything at profit, like in a super fast click. That's the advantage of having the one-click trader. It makes it super easy to manage all your trades, right? But in the meantime, let's go to look at NASDAQ. Let's see if this candle comes up with a green dot, and if it does, we're going to go long on it. We're going to trade another long trade on this. Yes, it's breaking out. And buy. Nope, buy. Sorry, buy. We're going to cancel the buy at bid. We're just going to buy. We bought the market, and let's see. Hopefully, this will give us a trade into the end. One of the cool things, I actually do want to show this to you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but let's see. I want to buy at bid. So I'm sitting here at bid right now, which is something very difficult to do when you're trading, spread-based pairs. And now I got myself into a better blended price, right? And now if I wanted to just kind of adjust my take profit and stop loss, let's say I want to adjust my take profit by like minus 100, right? I could move it down completely, and I could adjust my stop loss, I don't know, by plus 100 over here, and get myself organized. And now everything is super positive. And if I want to close all, I'm out of it totally positive on the trade. So it just goes to show you, like if you look at the history, last few trades, all of them just at a single click, I was able to just totally get them all positive. Boom, 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 with one single click. So this is MT4. We'll trade much more with this. We'll trade more with this tomorrow. We'll trade more with this on a MetaTrader 5. It looks very, very similar. I gotta make a few cleanup changes here on the code, both on the indicator. I think just on the indicator. Yeah, on the indicator and just on the default to get the kill switch off. So let's get rid of this, and let's do the following. Settings, audio, testing. No. How about now? Do you hear me? Do you have sound now? Am I testing now? I'm back. Okay. It was just a. Okay. So I don't know if you guys saw it, but I was saying that my stops and targets here were 1030, and they should really be 15. So we're gonna reset my stops and targets here. Take profit is going to be 500, because that's what 5 points is on ACAPS ticks. We're gonna go here at save order preset as 500 by 1500. Okay, and we're going to save it, and we're going to choose that as our trading structure. I was trading 1030, and that was that was a little too much. Here's a B plus sell signal, a retrace sell signal. Screw it, let's sell it. So we sold it, and now it's an accurate stop target structure. Look, let's see if this works. Let's see if we can get this trade to work. The other cool thing is, if you wanted to get out of the trade early, you could just simply click this, and that will close the position. That will literally close the position, right? If I want to close the position, look, boom, position closed. Do you see me trading? Very, TradingView, of course, is much easier, but MetaTrader, a lot of people, first of all, have MetaTrader accounts. Secondly, if you want to trade something like Forex or Bitcoin, you really need to trade that much more on MetaTrader, and that makes it a lot easier with the one-click trader. So the cool thing is you can do both. We can do both on NASDAQ. Did you guys hear how I adjusted the orange candles, or do you want me to go through and explain to you why the orange candles were, I needed to change the orange candles? Was that clear to everybody? Like if you have a CFD 8-cap account, all your candles are going to be orange. And the question should be why. Now you couldn't hear me. So what you need to do is you need to adjust when you're doing the setup. The volatility has to be greater than 4,000. It's 4,000 ticks because that's 40 points in 8-cap land. In 8-cap signals. So when you're trading CFDs, the ticks is 4,000, not 160. When you did it at 160, it turns everything into an orange candle. Here's another B plus signal for us. 2 seconds left. Let's sell it. Oh no, it just turned positive. Okay, never mind. Get out. Not a legitimate signal. The B plus went away. But the process is very similar, right? I mean, we are scalping. Obviously, the spreads is a condition that's a challenge for us, but not so much, especially in NASDAQ, where it's basically $1 spread, and the volatility is big enough where we can make that 5 points with relative ease. Here's the thing that I was going to say to you: one of the cool things is that we can trade US 30 on the CFD front. I have not traded US 30 at all in futures, but on CFDs we can absolutely trade US 30. And here, the ratio should be 10 to 30. So we're going for 10 points with a 30-point stop. If we get, for example, a green dot here, that's a buy signal for us on US 30, and we can trade that nicely. We don't get it right now, not a buy signal, but if that occurs, we can easily trade that on the US 30 basis. I did not trade that actually today on a MetaTrader, but tomorrow when we do MT5, I definitely will do it. I will definitely do it. How do you guys like the one-click trader? Does everybody like the functionality for a MetaTrader 4? It's very good, for any prop account that requires MetaTrader. If you're trading prop with MetaTrader, it's a great little trick. So this is giving me a setup here in US 30. 15 seconds left. I'm going to wait and see if it holds, and then we'll try and see if we can try and trade this in US 30. 8, 9, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. Long. So we're long. We're long this. We'll bring this like maybe just a little bit lower, and we're good to go over here. And let's see how that plays out. So the target is going to be 550. Let's see if US 30 wants to pop and draw or popping up. Pop and pop. What about NASDAQ? How's NASDAQ doing? NASDAQ not as strong as US 30. Here's US 30. So we'll just stay with US 30. We'll see if this trade plays itself out. Yeah, you guys like it? That's very cool. Very cool. I need to fix just a few minor things in there, which I will do today, maybe tomorrow, and then for sure by next week, everything will be hunky-dory. This week I'm kind of testing it out in the US close session. It's 3:15. So the run for the roses, which is like the end of the market, really starts at around 3:30. Right now we're still middling around, putzing around. I'm taking the trades as they come to me, but the really interesting part is going to be for us trading the 3:30 hour to see if there's any kind of a run. And there's some very, very interesting setups that we can do with dots that that help us, organize the basically help us trade end of the day trade between 3:45. If we get some dot signals, we're going to just pound the hell out of them on a trade basis. Okay, so here's US 30, good enough, 920, boom. We took the trade. Good enough for government work. Nice, clean trade. Works just as easily. I mean, the great thing about trading with ACAP is, of course, that just a plethora of instruments, right? We're not just trading NASDAQ or gold. We can trade NASDAQ, US 30, gold, even Bitcoin, and all of this format. Really, really cool. You could tell I'm a little biased in a sense that it's much easier to trade on TradingView. I mean, if you're a TradingView, if you're a new trader, you love TradingView. That's your dominant platform, and it's very easy to set everything up on TradingView here. But if you're an old-fashioned MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 guy, there's still that tool that lets you trade it. Plus, I think a lot of props, including like 8cap is coming out with a prop, with their own prop, which will be very, very good. Use MT4, MT5 as their dominant prop trading platforms. So when you're on those platforms, you really, really need that whole single click, get me out, get me in, adjust my stops, adjust my targets, get me sell half, go to break even. All those functionalities really, really useful on the whole thing. And and the kill switch is really, really useful for prop because it keeps you from blowing out your account. So all of those things, absolutely worth it. All right, let's see what NASDAQ is doing. NASDAQ is putzing around. What's gold doing? Oh, gold actually has a buy. Now, what do I do with gold here? I think we go, gold has to be, well, we'll do 100, 1,000 just for shits and giggles. No trades in gold. But with gold, what we need to do actually, let's go to trade. Well, gold, we want to set up gold as market. Take profit 100 ticks because that's $1. Stop loss is 300 ticks. That's $3. And we want to save it as 100 by 300. Save. And then we can apply that to gold as our trading mechanism. Right now, gold is a red slope. May even look like a red dot trade. Gold really not doing much. Neither is NASDAQ. Everybody's kind of sleepwalking their way through this. NASDAQ has actually got a sell signal here, right? So we've got to go NASDAQ, which is 500, 1,500. Okay, I sold NASDAQ a little bit here. Let's see if this trade works. Maybe not, maybe not. It's I sort of sold, into this slight sell-off. But I don't like, I'll be honest with you, I don't like selling NASDAQ unless you have like hard selling, like it starts to really, really accelerate to the downside, because usually NASDAQ on the close should be a positive trade. I'll flip this around the other way around if we start getting positive. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this early, and I'm going to flip myself around the other way, because if this stays white candle, a setup, it's definitely a positive trade for us. So I want to get long NASDAQ on the assumption that we're going to try to go run the highs here. And by the way, US 30 was kind of leading the way, right? The US 30, we could have taken this trade too. As I said, always the best thing is to stick on one instrument, but I'm kind of playing around just showing you how easy it is to trade any of this with all these instruments. 21 seconds left. If this thing stays white candle, for sure, we're going to go long. 13, 12, 10, 11, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, long. Okay, we're long here. 98 is my target. Let's see if this is going to push us a little bit higher. Let's see if we want to trade this. Still a little choppy. Don't forget, guys, we're going to do Asia with Think Capital. We're going to use TradingView on Think Capital. That's completely sort of a different setup because their ticks and stops and targets are a little different. Same UI, but just again, you have to configure it to each platform, and we'll trade that as well. NAS is kind of chopping out. I noticed, by the way, like this has become a much more of a habit rather than a exception to the rule, where the first half hour of the close, like the 3 to 3:30, very similar to like the 9:30, 10 o'clock, kind of a choppy flat market. You see the market has really sort of been very, very flat in these two lines. And then we kind of get the move in the last half an hour. So might have to survive a few choppy moves here before the half hour kind of comes in. You know what I want to add, by the way? Let me add Bitcoin, BTC, USD. That's had a big recovery today, right? It's had a really, really big recovery today. Let's see what that's doing. Oh, now it's starting to sell off. It's giving us some interesting opportunities. So for Bitcoin, we're also going to do the same thing. We're going to, and by the way, see Bitcoin, all of this is just turning orange because of the way the candles are. And the trick, by the way, you can do templates in TradingView just as easily as you can do templates in MetaTrader. So I'm going to show you. So here's NASDAQ, right? And we can literally just sort of save this as a template, indicate a template. We could say save as and we can call this remember symbol, remember interval, and DQ 8 cap. Save. And then when we go to Bitcoin, which is like all orange because the volatility here is got to be in hundreds of thousands of points. What we got to do here is we got to say we want it to be $400. Hold on, where's this? Here we go. So we want it to be $400, which is 40,000. We want it to be 40,000. And we say okay. Huh? Oh, the other one. I got to change the other one. Sorry. Because I have two indicators on here. 40,000. Okay. Yeah, and now it changes. Now it changes to normal calls. And we can save this one as BTC 8 cap. And by doing that, actually, on Bitcoin, I really want to do the 5-minute chart, not the 1-minute chart. So let's do this. And we can save this as BTC 8 cap. Save. Okay. And here we can create a trading structure that will be market. Take profit will be 10,000, and the stop loss will be 30,000. And we save that as 10,000 by 30,000. Save. And if I want to trade that, I can just literally sell it right here. And oh shoot, sorry, I did it wrong. Where's 10,000? 10,000 by 30,000, sell it. Okay, here we go. And hopefully that does work. So it said 10,000 ticks is literally $100 in Bitcoin. So that's Bitcoin. I'm trying to sell it down here a little bit. 3,000, 6,000. That's 62 points in Bitcoin. And if I want to take it now, I could just take it now and take the profit, and take all those profits. I had 2/10 of a lot here. So you can do all sorts of stuff that's very, very cool. This NASDAQ is still floating, man. Super, super quiet trade. Super quiet trade, not doing much. So we will, we'll monitor this. Time is it? Oh, it's 3:20. All right. I recommend using 8-cap. That's the only way you're going to get the one-click trader and everything else. It's designed for our preferred broker called 8-cap out of Australia. We love them. They've been a long-term partner of ours, and they trade everything. They trade cryptos, they trade Forex, they trade indices, they trade gold, they trade commodities. You can trade whatever you want with them. So it makes it really, really easy to trade with them. It's assuming you're not an American. If you're an American, unfortunately, you can't trade with them. So, but everybody else can. All right, very quiet. NAS just doing nothing. We're long this trade that's just been floating, for a very long time, doing nothing. I'm actually going to put US 30 on this other. Just watch this over here. US 30 looking a little bullish for us. We made that trade over here. Oh, this is on the 5-minute chart. I'm looking 5-minute. This US 30 actually looks bullish. Let's buy this. Shit, I have it on the wrong thing. The only problem with trading views, you got to flip the. It's very awkward to switch between buys and sells on the chart. Because you gotta do the drop down menu and choose all your proper stops and targets. But if you have an improper stop and target, as long as it's not too small, if it's large, you can always bring it down, bring it up, and adjust it post trade. So it makes it a lot easier that way. And NASDAQ's just doing nothing. It's just sitting here doing nothing. Nothing is really doing anything. It's very, very quiet. It's really died into the last half hour. In a very interesting fashion. How's your trading been going so far this morning? My futures has been doing great. I mean, CFDs is also actually doing well for me on all sides here, but it's just that now we ran into a chop zone buzzsaw over here with nothing much going on here. I mean, we've been sitting in this trade for more than 10 minutes, which is just so unusual. Think how dead NASDAQ has to be for us to be sitting dead for 5 points of NASDAQ. It's very, very uneventful here. See what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin continues to crash, man. Off the highs. It's just having the. What's interesting is, like, if you look at Bitcoin, right? The question is Bitcoin going to lead all the other risk assets down? So Bitcoin is selling off in the last half hour. This is an interesting game to play. US 30 holding up, NASDAQ kind of holding up. It'd be interesting to see, do we have a divergence between Bitcoin and NASDAQ used to be very, very correlated. Let's see if one is leading the other, or they're just completely immaterial at this point. Uh, do I prefer to use MT5? I prefer, honestly, both MT5 and MT4 with this particular EA work really, really well. Generally, MT5 is a little easier to do. The indicator works a little bit better on the MT5 platform. The MT4 really needs I need to do some triage, code triage on MT4 here. But yeah, MT4 is just very lightweight. It's so old that it runs really, really easily on new machines because it's super fast on new machines. All right, popping up on NASDAQ, coming back from the dead. What about US 30? US 32. Can we do it? Can we pop it to 68? Doesn't look it. We're looking like a sell signal right now. We got 5 seconds. We're going to get out of this position. We're going to take the sell side. It's giving us a sell signal. Let us sell it. Okay, we short on US 30. Could be faking us out either way. Now, NASDAQ is kind of holding the long side, so I'm staying on the long side with NASDAQ. And NASDAQ may finally actually pop up. Let's see what NASDAQ wants to do. NASDAQ 89. We're going to hit it. 98.89. Not quite to the bid. Wow. NASDAQ is retreating. This 30 popped up, and now it's kind of popping down, just chopping around. Nobody can find any directionality right here, which is kind of emblematic of the last hour. Wow, we had a good move here till about 5:15 in US 30. US 30 was really the trade. That was the trade to the upside to have done, and then it kind of just died out. Now I got tricked into a short trade off of a long trade, and it's chopping around. I'm gonna let it play itself out. If it gives me a long signal now, if it gives me a green signal now, I'm gonna reverse myself and go back to green. But it's truly, I'm just very look at NASDAQ in terms of we've been in this trade for 15 minutes, which is just unheard of. 15 minutes for 5 points. That's really, really impressive at how flat the market has been. See if US 30 is finally, well, US 30 is coming back down, so that sell signal may have been the right one. So 3:30, here comes the moment of truth that we're going to start selling, or we're going to start taking a little bit of profits. This is where they start really repositioning for the close of the day. nothing, man. Wow. We'll just chop it around. Is tomorrow? What's on the news tomorrow? Do we have? What's the calendar tomorrow like? I think we have ISM tomorrow, right? We just have a regular trading day tomorrow because I couldn't do the marathon. Yeah, ISM, and that's it, right? And Thursday. Just jobless claims, and then Friday, Michigan and core PC. That's actually going to be a big one. Friday is going to be a big one. We'll trade that. That's going to be a big one. That'll be interesting to see. Oops, we totally flipped around on, excuse me, on US 30. And it looks like my NASDAQ got done on the long side, right? NASDAQ got totally done on the long side. We're going to trade NASDAQ a little bit more for the long side. There's my 1500. Let's see if this thing will hold. If this thing holds, we'll trade some more of it. Yeah, we've totally flipped around. Looks like we have that little end of the day rally move. Do we? Let's see. No signal in NASDAQ so far. Okay, buying this. That's a long for us. So that took forever. That was like a 15-minute trade. Wow. It was a super long trade in NASDAQ. And we're going to buy more in this. Going to get ourselves over here. Get ourselves over here to organize all of our trades here. See if we can get the move up in US 30. If US 30 can push us through the 586s. No, 596s, sorry. 94s, 594s, somewhere around there. US 30 is a really, really great product to trade on a scalping basis. It's impossible to trade this on futures because there's no liquidity, but on the CFD land, everybody trades the US 30 because it has such a huge point movement structure. And it's really great. For us, it's a great 1030 trade. You know, it's like a lot of really, really clean movement in it once you get it, you know, once you get the breakout moves. What's service? Oh, service PMIs. Yeah, service PMIs. Yes. No, service PMIs tomorrow will be okay, but I think the really big trade will be the PC, the PCI on Friday, which will be good because that's an inflationary thing. We'll see if inflation really is kind of dead or not just yet. All right, come on, baby. We need to see 94, 585. We're looking for 594. Is US 30? They're going to lift US 30, or are they just going to putz around with it? It's a hurry up and wait market today. You know, 3 steps in a cloud of dust. Not much going on over here. Oh, there we go. We got everything done. It took a little while. Boom, 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 and that was nice and clean. We got everything done. Still holding a little bit of the NASDAQ. You know what? I'm just going to get out of this NASDAQ. I don't like this NASDAQ. Well, yeah, I'm not loving this NASDAQ. I'm going to get out of this NASDAQ. Now I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait, honestly, for 345. I'm not going to do anything until about 345. And then we'll see if they want to make a run for the roses or not. But you can see that, like, you know, the very cool part about CFDs is that the US 30 is the better trade. And it's been a better trend trade all day long. Look at this, how clean it was. And it just gives us, this is a good example of where you can look at who's the stronger instrument here and kind of trade it, give more attention to the one that's a cleaner trending instrument and just kind of run with it. Like this really turned out to be, nice clean trading over here on the moves. And, we did pretty well on the moves. So now I'm just going to wait a little bit and we'll see how it goes for the close. Gold is popping too. Wow, missed this whole big move in gold. So with gold, this is an interesting idea. What do we do with gold? What do I do with this kind of situation? Usually, when I've had 3 or 4 white candles, pull-away candles, that's a little too late to chase it. Like 1 or 2 is really good. This would have been a good one. This would have been a good one. Even this one would have been a good one. Now it's a little bit too late. Now you kind of want to tactically wait. And this is very, very important. You want to wait for the first non-white candle, for the first candle that fails to make hold a fresh high. It can still run, it can still run. And once we get the first non-white candle, we're going to short this for a quick retrace and see if it works. So far, it's just pouring on. Now, yes, you could have followed on, but remember, with every additional white candle, the probability of a fresh white candle kind of diminishes, right? Yes, sometimes you can have 5, 6 runs up, straight up, but those are rare, and you're not trading the rare conditions. You are trying to trade the frequent conditions. So let's see if this is a green candle, meaning that it can't make fresh highs, and then we'll try to see if we can short it a little bit on the move here. See if it works. Really pumping. Wow, look at that. The run was in gold. The run was in gold on the close. Wow. Gold really recovering. I wonder who's buying on the close here. Really, look at this rally, guys. Much as I want to chase it at this point, no. We're going to have to just stay patient. See if we can wait for that short. Wow. What a rally in gold. Really popping up. "31 seconds left on this one, so we'll see. We'll see what we can do here. Nope, still holding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kathy used to have a rule: 7 in a row, you absolutely want to short it. I'm going to short this for fun. Let's do this. I'm going to short this for shits and giggles. Let's see if I'm right that this is going to give us at least a minor retrace. This has been a massive pop. Gold is another really good instrument to scalp because the spreads are only 14 cents. Pretty freaking liquid. And, you obviously can have granularity. You can trade a tenth of a lot. You can trade small sizes, large sizes, whatever you like, and it will work. $21 ticks. We need to see 87, 89 ticks, 77 ticks. Looking for that 100 tick magical move. 100 ticks, 100 ticks, 100 ticks. All right, 77 ticks. Good enough. Good enough. I was close enough. It's probably going to go down a little bit more, but it's a pretty big rally. I didn't want to get in front of it. We took what was a relatively intelligent short on this whole thing. Let's go back to the indices and see. Oh, the indices are starting to get down. Oh, we had some nice sells here. Okay, let's watch the sells here. If this is a B plus setup and it stays that way, I'm going to sell NASDAQ for 500 ticks, 5 points. Let's see what it wants to do. All right, I'm short NASDAQ on this B plus setup. Let's see if it's a retrace, and if it does us right here on the retrace move here. And there we go. Nice clean retrace. A lot of people who love to trade the retrace trade, of course, trade that wisely. So we got about 20 minutes to the close. Market's starting to get a little negative. Let's see what it wants to do. Two scenarios that happen here. We kind of have a little bit of a sell-off, and if it accelerates, it's going to break the 200 SMA, and then we're going to start shorting the hell out of it. If it kind of holds over here, what happens is the last 10 minutes, the market really likes to ramp it up a little bit. Today seems to be a very dead day, so I can't really have a lot of confidence either way. US 30 looks a lot cleaner and better. It's holding bid. So for me, if I see a green move in the US 30, I think I'm going to trade the US 30 as a trade here. If it comes down the other way, then we'll try to short it. But right now, NASDAQ seems to be the weaker link in the whole thing. By the way, look at gold, guys. Gold continues to go higher. That's another reason why I got out of it. So gold is a little higher, but now we got a legitimate green dot. Let's trade this to the short side. 100, 300. This is a green dot, meaning that there is no fresh highs here. No fresh highs, right? I'm going to sell this. Let's see if I'm right on this. The bet here is it's going to correct a little bit. It's going to correct at least, the dollar before it tries to climb to the 415 level or wherever it is. So we got 35 ticks. We need to see 100 ticks. 74, 77, 81, close enough. I'm taking them early because it's spreads. I don't want to play with spreads, and also I want to go back to US 30. Because look at US 30 is crashing. Woo. US 30 is crashing. So 10. Where's my 100? No, wrong one. Shit. 1030. Okay. Yeah, so we started to turn negative. In which case, we actually want to trade NASDAQ. I want to trade NASDAQ here for 5. No trade here. But let's see what it wants to do. No, everybody's holding. Okay, all right. Let's be a little patient here. Let's see what we want to develop. What do you want to do here on these trades? Okay, cool. Let's be a little patient here. 15 minutes to go to the close. Let's see if they want to stabilize or run for the highs, or we're going to start selling off, go towards the 200 SMA, start taking profits into the close. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. Slope is red, so not a trade for us. We're really kind of looking for better stability here. Let's see what US 30 is doing. US 30 is US 30 is showing negative. We're going to trade US 30. Let's trade that. 1030. Oh, no. Trade disappears. Not giving us a red dot. So not, oh yes, it does. Sell. Okay. Sell. So we short US 30. Let's see if the sell-off continues. Nope. Really fakes me out today. Really faking me out. Okay, so this is the run. So we're gonna do the run in NASDAQ. I'm gonna get rid of US 30. This is obviously I'm wrong in the US 30. And I'm gonna reverse on the US 30. I'm gonna make an early bet that this is a run to the upside. And let's hope I'm correct on this. So I got 23 seconds, starting to get a run to the upside. Let's get 5. Okay. This is a signal, legit to the long side. What about US 30? US 30 totally fakes me out both ways. What a wipe out. All right, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy the US 30 on the assumption that we're definitely going higher right here. Let's see if that's true. It's not. Close today is a complete non-directional close. Wow. Oh, NASDAQ got done. Wow, NASDAQ really popped nicely. So NAS got done, but US 30 is all choppy all over the place. Wow. Okay, let's see if we can get more trades on NASDAQ here. Oh, US 30 is really... I'm going to close out my positions. I don't like any of this positioning on US 30 right now. It's giving me very, very choppy moves here. All right, I'm selling because this is a legit sell condition for us. Selling. See if we can recover on US 30 a little bit. And it looks like all right, good. This is closing out. We finally found the direction on US 30. That's finally showing us some negative moves. NASDAQ is also kind of dying out a little bit. 10 minutes to go. Let's see what it wants to do on the close here. NASDAQ looks a little bit more positive. Sorry. This is the only problem with trading views. By the time I switched around my targets, the trade already popped up. I wanted to buy it. But if this white candle holds, I'm going to buy the white candle because I think we have a little bit more continuity in NASDAQ. Nope, white does not hold. God, very, very choppy price action. Nothing much going on here. Let's see. Not pulling the trigger until we get a clean buy signal. And we're getting a US 30 is clearly going down, right? That was a nice, we finally caught the actual move, and they're selling off, selling it into the close, selling it into the 200 SMA. This is something we'd probably pile into if we wanted to. Let's see what NASDAQ wants to do. If NASDAQ goes negative, we're going to sell this on the close. Doesn't want to do it. Wow. Not much direction either way. All right, we're going to sell this very, very tiny little sell signal, but good enough to give us some confidence that maybe there'll be more downside here on the close. Not much. Wow. All right. $410, $435, good enough. 500 ticks. Final trade. We close it out, and that's pretty much the close of the day. We still have like 5 minutes to go, but it's really, really non-clear. I mean, it's a mild negative bias price action, really not viably tradable. We were able to correct ourselves, get ourselves organized on the US 30, get ourselves organized on NASDAQ, but it was definitely a very, very, very ugly kind of a tight battle here on the close. Not a lot of continuity on the close here. Usually we get at least 100 points of continuity on the close. Today, it was really extracting. It was like doing a root canal, but good enough. Anyways, we closed out strong, which is all that I really wanted. As you can see, trading it on TradingView is just as easy with CFDs as it is with FUTs and with the indicator. We just have to create different templates. Anyways, here's the link to my friends at ACAP. If you guys want to open the account, happy to give you the one-click trader totally free. Tomorrow, I'll show you the MT5 version of it, so you guys can do that. And tonight, we'll trade Think Capital. We're going to try and trade a little bit of gold, maybe a little bit of NAS into the Asia session. I'll be with you guys 7:45 New York. Okay? Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see everybody later tonight. Thanks a lot, guys. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.